Hello and welcome to another York Sports Network broadcast. Here tonight we have the Downers Grove North Trojans taking on the York Dukes here in Downers Grove, Illinois, in the Downers Grove North High School Purple Gymnasium. We are now underway. Nick, before we get any action here, do you want to tell us a little about these two teams and what we can expect in tonight's matchup?
Well, two obviously really great teams, both 1 and 2 in the West Suburban Silver Conference. If York wins tonight, I believe they lock it up the conference. So big game for both these teams. DGN trying to stay alive for their hopes to win conference. Both teams are ranked in the 20s in state. York is up to 22, and DGN fell just a tad under York after a tough loss to Hinsdale Central.
As we see a tough three-pointer made there by Jack Stanton to get the scoring going in this ball game.
That's most likely going to be your leading scorer for the Trojans. Jack Stanton, amazing player. They announced before the game he scored his 1,000th point at the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic.
Miller has it, going to get this one down low. Reamer trying to go around, stolen by Mullis. Mullis is now going to slow this one down. Trying to set something up here for York, trying to get their first points on the scoreboard. 6:55 left to go in this first quarter. Levine has it up top.
York's really going to have to play at their tempo. This gym is loud.
As Mullis going to take a quick three, that one's going to be nowhere near the basket, and Reamer's going to grab the rebound. Stanton now pushing up. They kick this one over. Alex Miller, a three ball. And that one's going to be wedged in the backboard, and it's going to be a York Dukes basketball as the possession arrow was in their favor.
Like I was saying, this crowd is loud. This gym is a little smaller. It is absolutely packed in DGN's purple gym here.
Levine now bringing it up over to Mullis. Mullis going to kick this one over to Kyle Waltz. Richardson has it. Levine trying to make a spin move. He gets stopped. Going right back at it. He's down baseline. Double team. Richardson, a three ball. Richardson's three ball is going to go off to the right. Tipped back out by Waltz, but rebounded by Alex Miller.
It's an open shot. Usually you don't see Braden Richardson attempted threes, but had the right shot. Just got to connect early.
Doolin has it up top here for DGN. Going to get this one down low.
That's
Reamer wide open layup, and he knocks it down. 5-0 lead now here for the Trojans with 5:48 left to go in this first quarter.
That's really good vision by Owen Thulin. Hit the big man down low for the pretty wide open layup.
Back goes to Richardson. Looking to get to Levine in the corner. Levine's going to go baseline. Tough floater, no good. Fighting for the rebound, and that's going to be tipped. Last touch by York is the call on the floor.
I don't know about that one.
It looked like it was last touch by.
Yeah, York student section not happy about that call.
Cowie's passing this one in for DGN. They're having a tough time. They do find Thulin, though, in the backcourt. He's going to take this one up slowly. Now to Jack Stanton. Stanton. This one's going to be a kickball violation on Pecco. Says Stanton was trying to get that ball over to Owen Thulin.
Oh, we like that. I mean, kickball. DGN gets the ball back, but good defense. Pecco's going to be playing tight. Aggressive defense all night. That's really what he brings to this Dukes team. That energy and passion.
Stanton driving over to his right. Picks up his dribble, is now trapped up top. Gets it over to Miller, though, on the wing. We'll kick this one back up top to Thulin. Cowie, backdoor cut. Miller goes up and finishes over Braden Richardson. Great court vision there from Aiden Akawi.
DGN extends their lead 7-0 Hurley in this first quarter. Almost about halfway through the quarter, York is held scoreless. Really got to get something going. Got to get points on the board by any means necessary.
Mullis working on Stanton. He's going to kick this one over to Pecos over on the right wing. He's going to hold, asking for help. Gets it over to Levine. Levine working on Thulin, going and tough. A tough right-hand floater, but it's blocked again. Stanton's going to grab the rebound, and he's going to once again slow this one up for DGN. He gets this one over to Thulin. Thulin, the swing pass. Corner three now for Miller. Miller can't get it to go. Can't get the bounce, and now a rebound by Levine. York now pushing in transition. They got numbers. Levine goes with a tough layup. Can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound, and last touch by Braden Richardson.
They're just a little out of control here early. Maybe some nerves. I know this team obviously doesn't have much nerves, as very senior heavy starting lineup, but actually all 5 starters are seniors. For this Duke team, a lot of experience. But, this is an environment they don't see too often, so early they got to get in their groove, got to settle down, find the right shots to put up. Don't be selfless with the ball. Don't try to do too much.
Thulin is at the free throw line. He's going to kick it outside. Miller in the corner trying to drive baseline, trying to get that over to Thulin. Could argue that the referee was in the way of that play, but nonetheless it's going to be out of bounds on DGN, and York's going to take possession.
York's played some good defense here early, too. I mean, they've created a lot of turnovers. Like, that's their 3rd or 4th turnover. Already a steal or 2. And some balls that have gone out of bounds. So, let's pick it up on offense.
3:24 left to go in the first quarter. Downers Grove North leading 7-0. Levine's going to take a backdoor cut. Tough layup. He can't get it to go. Too strong off the backboard. Rebounded by Reamer. Now here comes Thulin up the left side. Stanton kicks it right back to Thulin. Thulin over on the left wing. Guarded by Mullis. 3 minutes now left to go in this first quarter. Thulin at the free throw line. He's going to go up against Waltz, and he's going to be blocked, but that's going to be out of bounds on York, so the ball will stay here underneath the basket for the Trojans.
Absolutely great defense by Kyle Waltz. Thunder did a little pump fake, tried to go underneath him. Kyle Waltz stayed with it. Good hand-eye coordination, get the clean block.
Stanton a tough pull-up 3. Stanton knocks it down. Back rim it in there for DGN, and now it's a 10-0 lead for the Trojans. Coach Dunn of York is going to take his first timeout, and they got to talk about something and get something going fast.
Yeah, it's a good timeout. I mean, they got to settle it down. They got to get anything going.
And with that, we're going to step away shortly here. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Basketball here on York Sports Network. Back now from timeout. 2:45 left to go in the quarter. Kyle Waltz going to have this one over on the wing. Downers Grove North leading 10-0. Mullis trying to drive baseline. He's stripped away. Stanton, he's going to be pushing this one up, going around Levine. Trying to get into the inside, but stripped away. Waltz going now to Levine. One-on-one with Reamer. Can't get it to go. Waltz is tip it and won't go either. And now Thulin has it in the corner. He's double-teamed, though, and it's going to be a foul called on Pecos. Looked like he extended the arms there and got Thulin.
I don't know. I thought he lost control of the ball. Ball hit off his knee. Was rolling out of bounds. That's a tough call. It's trapped in the corner. It's good D. But then again, you got to finish at the rim. That's one that you can't get back. That's just going to be. You got to connect on those.
But Miller's going to connect on this one. Now 13-0. TGN in the lead. Downers Grove North is putting on an absolute clinic on the offensive side right now for this team. Levine's going to take another tough pull-up. Can't get it to go. Fighting for another rebound. Another one grabbed by Thulin. Thulin's now going to split the defense in the middle, and he's going to get this one over to Jack Stanton. Thulin able to get back up, and now he has it. To Miller. Miller a 3. This time it's short. Rebounded by Thulin. He's going to kick it back outside. Stanton now from deep. Also short. Rebound by Mullis. Is now a 2-on-2 fast break. Mullis driving in. Going for a tough right-hand finish. No foul call, but it's going to be out of bounds.
Oh.
I'm going to say out of bounds on the leg of Brendan Mullis, and that's going to be Downers Grove North basketball. .126 left to go now. Couple substitutions here for York. We see Nick Dizano checking into the game as well as Max Bernison. Thulin guarded up top tightly by Levine. This one's going to be kicked over to Stanton, right back to Thulin. Trying to get down low, Reamer. Trying to go on Richardson. That left-hand lay is good. Good touch there from the big man, and Jake Reamer's got another 2 points.
Wow, this is a completely different York team than I've seen all year. They're just in a funk right now.
As Dizano, great and one there. Any momentum that York needed. He's going to go to the free throw line and try to make it a 3-point play. 15-2 now. That's the first points here for York in the first quarter. 45 seconds left to go.
I mean, coming off the bench, giving the Dukes a little spark here, getting their first points on the board. Down 13 now, 15-2. Chance to make it a 3-point play.
And free throw is good for Dizano, completing the 3-point play. DGN will look to extend this lead here before going into the second quarter. Stanton right back to Thulin. Thulin now gets into the half court. Stolen by Levine. Levine now going one-on-one with Stanton. A tough right-hand layup. Can't get it to go again. And another rebound by Thulin. Standing down there all by himself. And Jake Reamer goes up and slams it home over Stepanik. And it looks to be a foul on him as well. So he will go to the free throw line to try and complete a 3-point play.
Oh, see, that was just not a foul. I'm sorry. I'm disagreeing with that one.
I don't think there was any contact.
He went up. You know where he got him? He got him on the swing back. When he was after the dunk, he swung back into play on the rim, which is fair. You got to swing back, obviously, because you don't want to fall in on your back, hit your head or something. But that's not a foul at that point. That's well after the play. That's just incidental contact. Now extends DJN's lead to 15. 25 seconds left in this first quarter.
Waltz has it. And that's another steal. Stanton. Here's the pass and layup is good there for Jack Crowley. Huge lead now for DGN. Only 6 seconds left to go in the first. Levine over to Dizano. Dizano almost throwing away. Bernison, he's got to get one up. Trying to throw it above his head, but that's nowhere near the basket. And that's the end of this first quarter. 20-3 is the score, with Downers Grove North in the lead over the York Dukes.
That's unreal. I mean, I'm really shocked. I think everyone in this building on this York side is shocked. Even DGN's side is shocked. They would not think that they'd come out to a 20-3 lead here. Wow. York just ice cold shooting the ball. They're careless with the ball. Lots of turnovers. Making the wrong plays. Not able to connect on easy layups, easy shots that should be automatic for them. So they just got to calm it down, you know. Game's not over. It's only the first quarter. Down 17, but long way to go. 24 minutes left of action. Of course, they're good. They're good.
Then we're going to step away shortly here. We'll be back for the start of the second quarter. You've been watching York Dukes varsity basketball here on York Sports Network. Back now here for the start of the second quarter. 20-3 our score with Downers Grove North in the lead. They also have ball first and look to extend that. Stanton's being double teamed and pressured, and a quick timeout called there from Coach Thomas of Downers Grove North.
Good defense there. Seen York a couple times trying to swarm the defenders, trap him in the corner. Able to successfully there. DJ with nowhere to go with the ball, so had to call timeout. That's a good start to the quarter.
We're going to step away here. Don't go anywhere. You've been watching the York Dukes taking on the Downers Grove North Trojans here in Downers Grove. We'll be back shortly. You've been watching York Sports Network. Back now from the timeout. York's going to try and make a quick stop here, trying to get some momentum going back in their favor. As ball's passed down low.
Dangerous pass. Got it off, though.
Doolin to Stanton. Stanton right back to him. DGN can take their time here. Doolin being double teamed again. And that's going to be a jump ball. Good defense there from York, and it will be their ball as well. Possession arrow was pointing in their direction.
Well, it's 2 times now on 2 DGM possessions where York has been able to successfully trap DGN in a corner. That time they get the jump ball and they get possession of the ball. So now it's all about the offense. Defense has been solid. I know they gave up 20 points in the first quarter. That's not ideal, but DGN was knocking down shots. They were able to knock down the 3 well. And their defense really turned into offense. So if you cut down on the offensive turnovers, there'll be less points.
Levine's going to take a quick corner 3. That one's long. Offensive rebounding. Good for Hunter Stepanek. Cutting into this lead a little bit. 7 minutes left to go in this first half. And that's going to be last touch by Crowley. Yep. And that's going to be York's basketball again. Another quick turnover here for the Dukes. Levine having a rough start to this game, 0 for 7 from the field right now. They need to look to get him going quickly as he is their leading scorer. Dezano's going to drive in on Miller. Looking to try and dish it. He does.
Nice
he
pass.
found Burnison. He can't get it to go, but he got fouled. So 2 free throws coming up here for Max Burnison.
Really nice drive. Good luck to dish. For Max Burnison, cut into the hoop. You love to see those cuts. Go up strong. Get the calls. And that's what you got to do. When you're trailing in a game like this, get to the line, draw the fouls, really control the game, get those easy points as he misses the first one, though.
Especially in a game where you're down 15 very early on, you got to be able to knock down your free throws, cut into the lead as much as possible. We'll see if we can knock down the second attempt here. And the second one is good, nothing but net. Burnison goes 1 for 2 from the line that time, and now TGN going to have possession. Once again, the full court press here from York.
York cuts it to a 14-point lead now, 20-6, DGN.
Ball's loose on the floor. Levine got hit. Ball's on the floor. Ball's thrown away now, and Burnison has the steal. He's going to push it to Dezano. Dezano on the left wing. He's going to make a nice crossover move, trying to go to the basket and dish it out. He's going to throw that one directly in the hands of Stanton, and that ball was thrown up in the air, tipped last by A.J. Levine.
Almost could have been a carry, travel, double dribble ups and downs. Who knows?
Definitely looked like
could have called a lot of things there.
Palm went up in the hand, ball went up in the air after dribbling.
Yeah, if anything, it would have been a carry because he caught it with his palm down, or palm up, and then brought it back down, but just an awkward move on Jack Sand, but DGN gets the ball.
6 minutes left to play now in the second. Doolin has it up on the left wing, guarded tightly by Pecos. Cowie to Reamer. Back in the hands of Stanton. Miller's pass is tipped and hit out of bounds again by Levine. It's been a good defensive possession here. Lots of passes tipped away, just not able to come up with any steals.
Well, yeah, York just played great defense at the start of this quarter. Almost 2.5 minutes in, holding DGN scoreless.
And there's going to be another foul called on Pecos. That's going to be his second foul of the game. And something that seems a little bit different, I know we were doing the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic last time we got to see Downers Grove North play. Big difference we've seen coming back from that tournament is the lack of the shot clock. It's really changed the pace of play for all the teams we've seen play, boys and girls. It's a completely different ballgame without the shot clock in place, and we're really seeing that here tonight. Downers Grove North really taking their time, passing the ball around, as Pecos is now going to pick up his third foul. So Coach Dunn may have to look to get him over to the bench. And I think that's what he's going to do.
He is, yeah.
As number 21, Eddie Sika, checks in, as well as number 12, Brendan Molis. And 35, Braden Richardson, coming in a little late.
And number 5, good thing they checked in.
And Waltz is also going to check in a little bit late for Fitzgerald.
A lot of guys coming in late. Like you were saying before, TJ, I mean, at the Jack Tosh, I thought the games were really fun to watch. They're a lot more, like, fast-paced, lots of action. And we see teams now, like, after the Jack Tosh, we really started to notice how teams, like, really waste a lot of time on the clock, really slow the tempo down, like DGN is here, where they'd be in the Jack Tosh, have to force to put up a shot eventually.
Just a completely different play style as well. DGN played a very fast-paced offensive. Stanton's going to take another three. That one's way long, but another offensive rebound for Miller, and he's going to get another layup to go. Miller now up to 7 points here for the Trojans.
Man, second chance points will kill you. I mean, York's got to do a better job of boxing out there.
Walt's going to have a three. He's going to take it, and he
There
knocks
you go,
it
Kyle.
down. Nothing but net. Kyle Waltz, 1 for 1, starting off his night with an open three. 22-9 now the score, 4:32 left to go in the second quarter. Doolin gets it inside. Trying to get to the corner. Miller. Oh.
What was
that?
that?
Pass over Thulin. He knocks down his three-point attempt.
What was that? I mean, he went jumping way high in the air and came down and no call.
As Levine forces another one, that
He's
one's
off,
way
he's off.
He's 0 for 8 now. Thulin has it up in the corner. Going to be stripped away. It's going to be out of bounds on Brendan Molis. Little talk over there about the distance between the players on the bench and Jack Stanton, who's passing it in here for Downers Grove North.
I mean, York did set up the chairs.
And
What's going on? They call a foul on the bench?
I don't think I've ever seen
Come
that.
on, that's soft. Let him play.
I've never seen a foul called of that nature ever before in any level of basketball, and we'll have to see if they call it later, because Downers Grove North's bench is probably even closer to the court than York's is, so if there's any out of bounds on that side, it should be called for both ways.
I mean, like I said, York didn't set up the chairs over there. It was DGN, so if you got a problem, like, it shouldn't be a foul on either team, really, even if that was on DGN's.
Seeking now pushing it. Here's Levine. 1-on-3. The pass. Molis layup no good, but he's fouled. Brendan Molis now going to the charity stripe for 2 shots.
We go defense to the offense again. Got the quick steal. Going to the hoop hard. Get to the line for 2. Now time to connect.
And first one rims out for Moelis. Leaving a lot of points here at the free throw line is York, having a really tough time putting the ball in the basket from anywhere on the floor currently. Second one will fall for him though. 1 for 2 for Moelis at the line.
Kind of interesting. The DGN student section was reciting the ABCs. Thought that was pretty funny. That's a first. Haven't heard that one before.
Doolin, another great pass, another backdoor cut for Alex Miller. That's the third time we've seen him go backdoor and be wide open underneath the basket for a layup. He's got 9 here for DGN.
I was just about to say that York has left the backdoor cuts wide open. DGN's had some really easy layups that York usually doesn't give up.
Levine trying to make a spin move, going tough to the basket. Tough finish, but he's fouled once again. So another trip to the free throw line here for York. They've been doing a good job of getting there in the second quarter, but just have not been able to capitalize on their shot attempts.
No, Levine has really struggled in this first half. Hopefully shooting some free throws will get him going a bit. Get points on the board.
And the first one is no good. Levine has yet to see the ball go into the basket.
He's off. Well, sometimes you see players really struggle in the first half, then they go in the halftime, and all of a sudden, like magic, they come out like absolutely on fire.
Second one is good for Levine, though, so he does get his first point of the night.
I think we saw last night Anthony Edwards, great player on the Minnesota Timberwolves. He scored 2 points in the first half, came out and put up 26. So hopefully A.J. Levine can do something like that tonight.
And that's what York's going to need to get back in this game. They're going to need someone to get hot in the second half and really start firing on all cylinders. Pass is tipped. Levine guarded by Miller. He's going to slow this one up, trying to push it. He's going to take a tough pull-up 3 in transition. That's off the back iron, rebounded by Thulin. Stanton kicks to the corner. Miller a 3. Miller another one. That's another 3-point bomb there for Alex Miller. He's in the double digits here with just 2 minutes left to go in this first half.
DGN has really shot the 3-ball well. I wonder what their percentage is. It's definitely over 50% for sure. Really connecting from outside.
Moelis a tough 3. That one's short. Fighting for the rebound was Sika, and that's going to be a foul picked up on him as he hit the leg there of Jack Stanton.
Now DGN's lead is up to 19 points here with only 1:44 seconds left in this first half. The score of 30-11 in DGN's favor, of course.
Crowley down low. Reamer going up against Waltz. He's going to put his body into him. That's going to be a foul picked up on Waltz. Jake Reamer going to go to the line here for 2.
Man, just everything's open down low. Like York has been playing great defense up top. Really being aggressive on DGN at the top of the key and so being able to trap defenders, but down low it's been a struggle.
Reamer hits the first one, now extending this lead to a 20-point game here for Downers Grove North.
And what happens, like we've seen, is DGN is able to get the ball down low, and then the defenders crash, which leads a guy behind the three-point arc wide open for 3, and DGN's being able to connect on those, and that's why they have such a big lead. Here now up to 21 points in only the second quarter.
Another 3 won't go this time for Waltz. Thulin.
And York's been ice cold from 3.
Crowley down low. Miller.
And down low wide open.
Here's Stanton. Stanton now trying to push to his right. Into the corner. Thulin a 3. Thulin can't get the bounce, but he grabs his own offensive board, and he gets the layup on the second chance points. Great hustle there from Owen Thulin to get another 2 points for them, and there's going to be another timeout called here by Coach Dunn of York. 58.2 seconds left to go in this first half. 34-11 our score. We're going to step away shortly here. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Basketball here on York Sports Network. Just under a minute left to play here in the second quarter. 34-11, Downers Grove North in the lead over York. Kyle Waltz has the ball up top to Richardson. Richardson's got it wide open on the right wing. Zano now trying to get it down low. Levine, tough floater off the back rim, and it's going to find its way in. Levine gets his first basket to go, now 1 for 10 on the night.
DGM might look to hold here. Only 33 seconds left in the first half. Pass up a wide open three. I think that's what they're going to do with a big lead like this.
Miller's going to take a quick three. That one won't fall. Rebound by Waltz. Waltz going to lose it, but picked up by Levine. Levine now trying to push the sideline.
That's big by York. 15 seconds left in this half. Got to cut it to under 20 points.
Levine has it now, 8 seconds. He's going to pull up jumper. That one's short, fighting for the rebound. That one's tipped out. Desano, 3 seconds. Layup won't go again, still fighting for it, and it's going to be the end of the first half here. And that last possession really sums up how this first half has gone here for York, 34-13. Downers Grove North is handling the York Dukes right now.
I mean, you think those shots would fall for York. They've been automatic on those all year. Those are automatic shots. Like, you have 2-3 opportunities right under the hoop, not able to connect. It's really a shock. Only scoring 13 points in the first half. Just very uncharacteristic for this York team.
And we knew coming into this that Downers Grove is a very, very good basketball team. They were favored to win the Jack Tosh a couple of weeks ago. They were ranked top 10 in the state. Great team. They held their own against Metamora, another top 10 team in the state when they played them. York came into this trying to prove something. They're technically ranked higher than Downers Grove North. Downers Grove North coming off a huge loss in an upset by Hinsdale Central. They won that game 52-40. Jack State did not participate in that matchup, so that definitely plays a factor into it. But York was looking to come into this, prove themselves, show them that where they are ranked is not a fluke, that they deserve to be here, but they just had a very rough first half. It looks like they're playing a lot of one-on-one basketball, not really facilitating around. They've been really good all year at dishing it, finding someone open, getting a good look. Instead, they've just been kind of looking and chucking the ball up as much as they can, and it has not worked out for them. So that's something they're going to have to change going into the second half.
Yeah, you got to give props to DGN here. Coming off a tough loss like that to Hinsdale Central, you plummet in the state rankings, and then you come out and have a half like this against the #1 team in the conference. I mean, just a great performance for them. And I know tomorrow they have a really tough matchup against Homewood Flossmoor, #1 ranked team in the state. If they play like this, they got a chance to beat them for sure. And that's a huge game for them. If they can beat them, I'm sure they could even be ranked top 10 again if they hold on to York tonight and then win against Homewood Flossmoor. Those are two really tough, good wins for this DGN team. It's going good so far for them.
And with that, we'll be back in 7 minutes and 50 seconds here. Your score, 34-13, Downers Grove North over the York Dukes. Don't go anywhere for second half action. You've been watching York Sports Network. We are back here in Downers Grove High School for the second half action between the Downers Grove North Trojans and the York Dukes. We're going to send it to our sideline reporter, Ryan Bird, for a quick first half analysis.
I don't got much time to do this, but so far it's been quite a blowout. DGN running away with this 21-point lead. Going in the second half, held the Dukes to 13 points. I think the main part of this is how they've been able to hold AJ Levine offensively. Really not able to get a shot to go down. I don't think he made a basket in the first half. All 3 points coming off of free throws. Really, that's what the Dukes are going to have to do if they want to come back into this game. They got to create some more open shots for AJ. And they got to work in some other players as well, as they've been just trying to force up shots that just have knocked them down. So going to have to make some changes. They wouldn't even come close to getting back into this game.
Back now here for the start of the second half action here in the Purple Gymnasium at Downers Grove North High School. The Trojans have the ball first here with a score of 34-13. They look to continue to add on to their already dominant performance here in the first half, as Miller's going to try to get things going with the three ball. That one won't fall for him. There's a rebound for York. Levine, ball almost tipped away there by Stanton. He's going to try and slow this one up to Waltz. Waltz over to Pekos. Now to Mullis over in the corner.
Has up an open Mullis.
Yep. Here's Waltz driving in. Kick back out to Pekos. Waltz a three. He has an open look. That one's short. Going to be rebounded in the corner. And that one's going to be stolen away by Mullis as Reamer wasn't looking. Mullis trying to go up with a tough one. That one won't go. Trying to get tipped out by Pekos. That's going to find the hands of Stanton. Owen Thulin now to the corner. Miller. He's going to drive in. Kicks out. Stanton able to hold on to it. Thulin open three. Thulin off the back rim, and that's going to be another offensive rebound for Thulin and another second chance point for him as well.
Well, second half started off just like the first half. I mean, York playing good defense, able to create a turnover, and then not able to connect down low with the hoop. And DGN gets a second chance and scores. So
Levine a tough three off the front of the rim, rebounded there by Akawi. And there's going to be another foul called on Pekos. That's going to be his fourth here.
Wow.
Very early on into this third quarter.
They're keeping him in there, though. That's really surprising. I mean, you are down, 23 points? Got to keep your players in there. Got to come back.
Stanton's going to have this one here up top for Downers Grove North. He's kicking it to the corner. Miller a three. That time won't go. That's going to be last touch out of bounds by Stanton, and York will retake possession.
Let's see if York gets something going down low. They've really kind of struggled. They're able to get it down low, but haven't been able to get it in. Let's look for an open man cutting. Maybe a little pick and roll action.
Good move there from Levine. Not going to create anything, though, so he gets this one over to Pekos on the left wing.
Well, also I'm saying this because York has really struggled shooting the ball from deep. Made maybe two.
As we see another one from the Levine,
Another
won't
miss.
go. Rebound by Miller. He's pushing it up 2-on-2. He's going to slow it. Tipped out of bounds. Good defense there from Mullis, though, as Miller probably would have been able to find Jake Reamer down low in the paint wide open.
And I know they want to come back fast, and shooting those threes does help. But when they're struggling from deep as much as they are, it's better to just get it two, get some momentum going, rack up those easy buckets, and then create some momentum and maybe knock them down outside from then on.
And another three from Miller. He can't get it to go once again, but another offensive board for Owen Thulin. Jake Reamer can't get the layup to go. Too strong and tipped out of bounds there by Stanton.
I was just all over the place. Another offensive rebound, though, by DGN. York has really got to do a better job of boxing out. I mean, those second chance points cannot happen in a game like this when they're down 23 points almost halfway through the third quarter. That's an offensive foul. Is that on Pecos?
That's on Ryan Pecos. So that's going to be his fourth foul. But
Pecos, that's his fourth? I think we both counted 5, but
yeah, I definitely thought that was his fifth. I was almost positive he had 3 in the first half. But Eddie Sika's going to check in for him anyways. 4:57 left to go here in the third quarter. 36-13, Downers Grove North in the lead. Thulin trying to push in, kicking back outside. Here's Stanton up top. To Thulin. Thulin, another open 3. Thulin knocks another 3-ball down. Owen Thulin has looked good tonight on the offensive side of the floor here for the Trojans.
Up to 10 points now. He's doing his job. He's really been able to grab boards here. I've seen him get a lot of boards, offensive and defensive boards. Really making his impact here for DGN.
Sika driving in, almost falling, able to catch himself though. Walt's a tough shot. That's going to be an air ball. Fighting for it is Sika. He's going to tip that one back into play, but it's going to find itself out of bounds on the sideline.
Coach Dunn obviously not too happy with his team. He's yelling at both the refs and his team. Really yelling at his team, trying to motivate him a little bit, taking out on the refs. The refs know that there. No coaches like to do that. It's just part of the game. But
especially when you're down 26, it's hard not to look at some calls and try to figure that they should have probably went your way in the first place. But also with the 26-point lead, it's definitely not all their fault.
You know, time's really ticking here too. If DGN gets it up to a 30-point lead, it is a running clock, and that almost puts it out of reach. There's just little to no time left in this game for them to come back. And they really got to go now.
Thulin another 3. That one's going to be off the back iron, rebounded by Molis. Molis trying to push the fast break to Sika in the corner. Sika's going to cut inside. Finds a Brady Richardson. Great pass there from Eddie Sika. And there's 2 points there for the big man Richardson.
24-point lead now. York has really almost got a score on every single possession in order to come back in this game.
Miller another 3. That one's going to be off. Rebounded by Levine. Levine passing it up to Sika. That one's not hard enough. He's going to have to hit a jump stop. 3-ball from Levine. That one's going to be short. Ball's tipping around. Thulin picks it up 2-on-1 now. Molis is going to have to make a play. Stanton blocked by Molis, and no. They're going to call it a foul and a technical foul on Molis.
Nah, come on.
Molis did not say a word after that play. We were watching him very closely. He didn't even say anything to the referee.
You know what I don't like as well? Why is the ref staring him down? That's terrible.
As a referee,
I'm sorry, that's terrible. You cannot stare down a player like that.
Especially, it's high school basketball. You cannot be staring down.
He didn't say a word to you.
You cannot stare down the players. That's
absolutely
unacceptable.
Bogus. Staring down a player. Unbelievable. After he didn't even say a word. Because I was looking at him. He did not open his mouth. Especially not to the ref.
And that's something that Coach Dunn specifically tells his players. I've known him for a while. I've talked to him. I've talked to many other coaches in this program. Their one main thing is do not talk back to the referees. And that goes for every sport. At York High School, all varsity coaches, that's the first thing that they preach to their players. Let them talk to the referees. Don't talk to them yourselves. And we saw it very clear that Molis didn't say anything. He got the technical foul called, and then he started talking to him because that was clearly should not have been called.
And Molis is not that type of player. He was literally walking back, eyes straight forward. He was looking up at the hoop and the background of DGN here on the complete other side of the court, knowing that maybe it was a foul. All of a sudden, T's called, ref staring him down. That's ridiculous. I can't believe that.
And we still see Coach Doug talking to the referees. He's got his assistants backing him up as well.
Unbelievable.
That was something else. We have a huge transition change here for York. Eddie Sika, the only one staying in.
Oh, look, great block by Molis. He obviously caught him on the body a little bit. It was a foul. But then the technical after,
yeah, no problem with the original call. The original call was probably the right one. Got him with the body. It looked like it looked like a great play, which it was. He stopped the offensive layup, but after the fact is what you can't do as a referee.
The technical is one thing as well, but staring down the player, like, come on, nobody's here to watch you. You're here to watch the players. You're here to control the game, not influence the game in any way.
And there's going to be a timeout called here from Coach Thomas of Downers Grove North, and we're going to step away here for a timeout. 42-15 our score, 2:18 left to go here in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes varsity basketball here on York Sports Network. Three ball from Miller out of the timeout. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Jake Reamer. Reamer, looked like he walked there underneath the basket, but it's going to be last touched by Miller, so it'll be York Dukes basketball anyways.
DGN is now only 3 points away from the running clock. Like I said before, that would almost put this game out of reach, as it's almost out of reach at this point as well. Minute 59 seconds left in this third quarter. 42-15 is your score.
Zion's going to grab this one in the backcourt.
Maybe some of these bench players off of York's bench can make an impact here. Give them a little spark. I'll get back in this game a little bit.
Crowley trying to make a big play on it, but Desano's not pushing it. They have numbers. Good transition defense there from Downers Grove North, as Fitzgerald's not going to be able to knock down his shot. Ball still on the floor, fighting for it. Sika has it, and they're going to call a jump ball. It will stay here with York.
Jump ball. Possession goes to the Dukes.
Another pass back into the backcourt. 1:35 left to go in the third quarter. 42-14 our score. Here's Burnison with it up on the right wing. Looking to make a move to Sika now. Sika driving in, going tough. He's going to get the pass, and it's going to be a blocking foul called there on Downers Grove.
Foul number 10, Bobby.
DGN's second foul of the quarter. It don't seem like they'll get in the bonus with only a minute 22 seconds left in this quarter. The foul count does reset after each quarter. Both teams will start off with 0 fouls in the fourth quarter.
Stepanek to Burnison. Burnison now trying to drive in right, going in tough, and it's going to be a charging foul there on Max Burnison. Nice job there by Crowley to get in front of him, putting his body on the line and getting Downers Grove North the ball back.
It's a good idea, good drive, just better defense, better awareness.
Crowley to Thulin. Thulin, guarded by Sika, gets it inside. Get back out to Stanton. Stanton driving in. He's going to take a tough floater. That one's off the back iron. Rebound by Stepanek. Here's Sika. Sika's going to lose control of the ball. That one was tipped, though, so he's trying to pass it back out, but Stanton comes out of nowhere to grab that steal. 1v3, and there's the foul called as there was some contact there on Jack Stanton. Question of who it was on. They're going to get number 21, Eddie Sika.
Oh, that pass had some heat on it. XN just threw up the hands and was able to bring it in.
First free throw for Stanton is short off the rim. Might be going both ways there on that side of the hoop. Seems both teams have struggled from the free throw line shooting on that end. Pecos is going to check back into the game. He does have 4 fouls, though, so he will have to be careful for the remainder of this one. Second one is good for Stanton, and there's going to be a substitution here. Stanton goes to the bench. Jameson Ordway is going to check in here for the Trojans. 30 seconds left to go in the third. Burnison trying to get into the half court. He does. Now here's Pecos. Pecos can't get past Thulin. Great defense. He's going to try and dish it out to the corner. He does. Tough 3-ball Fitzgerald. That one's long. Offensive rebound, though, for Pecos. Desano now an open 3. That one's off the back iron. Fighting for another board, and that one's finally grabbed by Jack Crowley. Crowley to Thulin. 3 seconds left. Thulin's passing it up. Miller at the buzzer. Can he get it to go? No, that's off the back iron and out. But that's going to do it here in the third quarter. The York Dukes are currently trailing 15-43 to the Downers Grove North Trojans. And like you were mentioning earlier, Nick, once it gets to that 30-point mark, we will have a running clock for the fourth quarter. And that looks like what it's going to be here in Downers Grove.
Won't matter too much anyways. This game looks to be pretty much out of reach. I mean, this would be an absolutely crazy comeback. Could happen. I know I always say crazier things have happened. I'm not sure if crazier things have happened, but it's a tough deficit right now by this Dukes team.
And with that, we're going to step away here. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Basketball here on York Sports Network. Fourth quarter action here underway in Downers Grove. The Trojans leading 43-15. And there's going to be a foul called. That's going to be on AJ Levine.
Starters are back in the game. Start the fourth quarter.
Only starter in here for Downers Grove North is Owen Thulin. Here's Thulin to Ordway. Kicking this one up. Richmond driving in, trying to kick to the corner. He does. Thulin a 3. Thulin knocks down another one. Owen Thulin, a huge factor here tonight. He's got 13 points with 4 offensive rebounds. And he's really been locking down AJ Levine. Only 3 points for him on the offensive side. And that's going to be a backcourt violation.
He's been a force on offense and defense. In my eyes, I call him the MVP of the game so far. I mean, Jackson, of course, great as always. Shot the ball well, but no one, I think, impacted the game like Thulin on the offensive and defensive side. Bringing the energy, knocking down shots, creating turnovers.
Here's Dezano kicking it over to Sika on the corner. Looks to be as the York Stars have checked out most likely for the last time in this game. Sika to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald driving in, trying to kick back outside. Burnison now. He's going baseline. Fitzgerald a three. He got that one up in a hurry, but it's short. Tipped up in the air. Offensive rebound for Dezano. Dezano pushing in, kicking outside, and it's going to be a blocking foul down on the baseline. York Dukes basketball underneath the basket.
With a 31-point lead now for DGN. The running clock is in effect. Just over 6 minutes left in this game. So bearing any timeouts, this game will basically be over in 6 minutes.
Number 15, Jack McNulty. 50, Hunter Stefanich, shooting 1 shot.
Stepanek, free throw will rattle around and in for him. Ordway. Now over to McNulty. McNulty, he's stuck up top, fighting for it is Sika, and there's going to be another foul called on him. It's going to be Eddie Sika's third foul here.
Hey, no, I give a lot of credit to DGN's defense today. They played great defense. I mean, creating turnovers and getting stops, but I'm honestly blaming more on York shooting it. I know that's not something you say a lot, that it's more the offense's fault than a rather good defense, but really in this game, York has had opportunities. They've had open shots, especially open shots under the hoop. Not able to connect, especially from deep. I've seen 1, maybe 2 threes that have gone in for this York team, and they've only put up 18 points. So that's not going to win games. You're never going to win a basketball game, a high school varsity basketball game, putting up 18 points.
Yeah, the three ball once again, no good here for York. Another rebound here for Downers Grove North. Three ball, that's good. McNulty knocks down the three ball from the corner, extending this lead even further. And now the Downers Grove North bench players getting ready to check into the game.
Well, you know, you really can't put the blame on any one person for York. I mean, basically every single player on this team that has checked into the game has struggled or has not had their best performance. So it's really been a team struggle in this game tonight. There's nothing more to say than just poor game. You got to live with this one and move on. Got some big games ahead. Obviously, like we mentioned before the game started, or just as the game started, that if DGN won, the conference is not locked up for York. So York has a lot to play for.
And Moscow hits a three ball from the corner. First shot for him, and it's good. 3:10 left to go. 49-21 our score. And just to kind of put this game into perspective, York has now just taken a 1-point lead if Downers Grove North has not scored since the first quarter.
Yeah, that's something.
Shot there from Downers Grove North won't fall. Another offensive rebound. Can't get it to go. But another board here on the offensive side. The Trojans have been immaculate all night long on the offensive boards, and it's really showing here.
Might have to pull up Max Preps real quick, but I'm pretty positive that this is York's lowest scoring game of the season. And possibly in a couple seasons. I mean, if the score stays, scoring 21 points in a game, I mean, that's rough.
Moscow to DeSico. DeSico has it outside. He's going to take a three. DeSico knocks down a three ball. York's bench getting hot from behind the arc here.
Shout out James DeSico. Last game I saw him in, he knocked down like 4 threes in a row. He's money from deep. I'm honestly kind of surprised he doesn't see more playing time on the court.
Especially with the struggling from behind the three-point line in this game. You want to get your best three-point shooters out there, and DeSico's definitely one of them, as that's going to be out of bounds off the leg of Downers Grove North and Ethan Kist, and now it's going to be York possession.
And obviously it's tough for Coach Dunn. Like, York has a very deep bench. All these players can play. Has a really good mix of both seniors and juniors. Mostly juniors coming off the bench, as all 5 starters for the Dukes are seniors. Really, they've all been really good role players this year coming into the game, getting jobs done, closing games out. I mean,
Seco, another 3. That one's short. Rebound by Liebert. Liebert blocked, but he's going to be fouled, and Danny Liebert will get a trip to the line.
the only thing I'm surprised is that these bench players were not able to get more playing time in this game. With the starting lineup, kind of more of the rotational players, like 7, 8 guys, they really struggled early and far into this game. So I'm surprised that they didn't see the court more, try to get some fresh legs out there, fresh shooting, trying to find anyone that can knock down shots for this team, because that's where they struggled today.
Nolan Herder with it, going to get to the corner, a 3-ball. That one's short. Rebound by Moscow, trying to get it up. DeSico, he's trying to push it himself. 20 seconds left. The floater, no good for DeSico. There's the rebound from Dan McCarroll.
15 seconds left. Just about do it. DGN, I'm sure, will hold here. 49-25. It's going to be your final score.
And that's going to do it. West Suburban Conference victory here for Downers Grove North. After a tough loss, they come back and pretty handily take down the #1 team in the conference in York so far. 49-25, like you said, Nick. And really from the get-go, we saw Downers Grove North was really shooting the ball well. They were playing great defense, causing a lot of turnovers, stuff that we normally don't see from York. Really struggling from the field. A.J. Levine, he only had 1 basket, made 3 points all night, and there's a lot of credit due to Owen Thulin for doing a great job defensively, locking him up.
Sure.
No, it really felt like it was just a big struggle from not just behind the 3-point line, but offensive side of the ball in general. And if you really think about it, 49 points, that even if you're letting that many points up, that's still a winnable game if you're having a good night offensively. And I just felt like it was an okay defensive performance, not a good offensive performance, and that's what really led to such a huge lead and victory here for Downers Grove North.
It's tough, I mean, we know, very embarrassing game for this Deuce team. They know that. They're going to bounce back strong. Now 16-4 on the season. Have had a very good season. Still first in the conference so far.
And it might come down in a couple weeks here where
it's getting tight now
York will
a little bit.
York will play DGN here again. They will play them at home at York. And depending on how things shape up, we could see that really being the conference game, because if York and Downers Grove North are right there neck and neck tied in the conference and York can get that win, then it'll come down to a separate tiebreaker, because if Downers Grove North and York end with the same record, with Downers Grove having a 2-0 record, that title will go to them.
Well, if both teams win out in conference, I believe they'll be tied with 1 loss going into that game. So that should decide it, unless one team loses and the other team wins that game. Then there's those tiebreakers and stuff. I'm not sure if it's like point differential or like points against, points scored. Maybe total record on the season. That might be it. I'd have to look further into that.
Well, that's going to do it here for us tonight in Downers Grove. I've been Tia Silkaitis, and alongside me has been Nick Gurgone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night, and go Dukes.